I call to order this regular meeting of the Board of Assessors on December 18th, 2024. The time is 9:51. We were delayed by ND seniors.
No, seniors getting flexible.
The seniors getting flexible. Yes.
A scheduled conflict.
Schedule
there you go.
conflict, so we're a little late today. Call to order. If you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Attendance, we are all here. No old business. Let's get right into the new business. First item is sign motor vehicle abatements for 2022.
Yep.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve and sign the levy of 2022 motor vehicle abatements in the amount of $1,672.74.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. You didn't include the word levy there. I'd suggest you remove that word from your motion.
Oh, all right. So amend, we approve the 2022 motor vehicle abatements in the amount of $1,672.74.
I second a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 So this is 2024, that's from November. And then we have one from December. We can't, the accountant doesn't want us to carry over 1 month to the next, so we had to.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve and sign the 2024 motor vehicle abatements. This was for November, and just make note, the previous one was December, just so if she wants them separate, we'll have that
Yep.
noted.
Yeah.
Okay, in the amount of $71.30.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Recommitment? We recommitted.
Someone got billed through Rehoboth. It doesn't live in Rehoboth, so it's probably a data error at the registry. So Rehoboth abated it and gave it to us to rebill it. So we're recommitting their excise.
Oh, so they ended up paying Rehoboth?
No,
Oh, they didn't pay Rehoboth.
No.
I see.
so they got rid of the bill and
Get rid of them, gave us,
bill them.
I got you, okay.
So this is a December 2024.
Personal experiences. I had to deal with the city of Taunton on a similar issue. It took me forever to get it removed. And it was an error that came through when the state billed it, and it was on my husband's thing. Finally, I got it straightened
Are you
out.
saying Taunton doesn't move as quick as Rehoboth?
I didn't freak out. I just didn't say 20.
Well, first of all, they thought I
Oh, this
was
is
playing
still
games.
Yeah. Sorry.
I had to send in his death certificate, which they lost. Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve and sign the 2024 motor vehicle abatements December in the amount of $1,169.26.
I second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
By the way, Bill, my mother had a good time at your concert.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Completely forgot about that.
Yeah, she enjoyed that. It was great. She said, let her know when you got another one.
That's awesome. Okay. This is the recommitment. That one. Build, but it's funny because
So explain this to me again.
so these people who live in Dayton received a Rehoboth bill. So
Why would they receive? a-
because it must have been something, sometimes,
They used to live there? maybe?
no,
The property's close to the line, probably.
I don't know.
Is-
Sometimes it's
Maybe the map
just
picked it
an
up.
error of putting in the city code or, the town code.
So when they registered it, it probably just went to the wrong town.
Yeah.
Okay. So they built it.
So they build it, so they went in and say, we don't live here.
So
So,
then Rehoboth told us.
so Rehoboth abated it and then they sent it to us to bill them.
Okay, so we're just adding on to
Yeah.
prior commitment.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve and sign the commitment,
Recommitment.
the recommitment for in the amount of $76.64.
A second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm gonna just keep going
Just keep going.
because you're gonna have to sign. There's 2 pages on that.
Oh,
Hence two stickies.
okay,
I'll hand it right back to you now.
okay.
All right, this next one. So. All, where. This is all the Title V's that need to get billed for this tax. The third and fourth quarter.
Okay.
So Paul has a spreadsheet plus that.
What do you mean by Title V?
So the town, I think it's kind of like a loan.
Yeah, the town, when you have to put in a septic system, there is I'll call it low-cost loan a program. But you pay it back through your, I think they bill it at the same time.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it's these 4.
so these people took out loans for septic systems and this is what?
And they're
Them paying
chipping
it back.
away, yes. And the schedule is like back there.
Is it just the 2 sheets to sign?
Yes,
Okay.
it's just a total. of-
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve and sign the Title V commitments in the amount of $6,844.31.
I second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion?
You did 2 things.
We did.
I'm just making
You
sure,
have a-
Nancy's getting my, that has no stickies on it? Oh,
Oh,
that's because I had,
oh,
that's gross. Big nasty.
Nasty.
Aye.
Did I ask for a vote? I don't think so. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Big nasty.
That was the discussion.
What's the discussion
That was the
about
discussion.
fly?
Fly. Huge. It was
Fly.
like a-
Zzz.
it was like a hummingbird,
June
man.
bug.
And-
So the next items, E through M,
You go, Paul.
I do not have because the bill file has not been completed yet.
E through M.
Yes.
Okay.
Signing all those warning commitments,
okay.
So
assuming it was going to be before.
Oh, these are district
we-
things.
we need to move that to the next meeting or something?
When do we have to
I
sign?
would have you guys, at least 2 of you, sign off before the end of the year, before the bills go out.
So we need to
What are
do
they
it
gonna
Next
want?
week.
outside of this meeting? Is that what you're saying?
Probably, because they should be signed off.
But we don't have any information about money or anything.
That would be, I was supposed to.
She's just waiting for it.
I assumed it was gonna be done,
Yeah,
so that I would be able to have all these cover sheets for
Right,
you guys to
right.
do. But it's not done yet, so I didn't, when I did this Monday, I assumed it would be done. Little snap.
Mr. Chairman, see how this works. I move that we approve and sign the real estate and personal property commitments as outlined on the agenda, with the understanding we will review the amounts at our next meeting.
I don't like that.
Okay,
I don't know if we don't have anything to sign though, right?
I'm saying we just put it off. Can it wait till our next meeting? Or does it have to be in December?
It's for the bills that are going out the end of December.
So we have to do it by year end, right, by 31st.
So I would suggest some sort of motion that says we will
At least 2 of us.
independently review and potentially sign.
Right,
Because if there's an issue with it, I'm not gonna sign it.
right.
So.
What happens if they're
Usually-
not signed? You're gonna send the tax bills anyhow.
Well, anyway,
When's our next meeting?
we have to talk about it.
Okay, right now I'm gonna make a motion to table agenda items 5E through M.
I gotta go
And
out.
after we act on, and we'll come back to this.
Okay, I second that.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No discussion on tables. Motion to table.
Right.
Okay. I don't actually have a calendar, so I was just gonna look at.
Because the entire point of tabling is to stop
So you
discussion.
don't have to write. Yeah, we're learning all the time.
I knew that.
Keep on learning.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I just, it's,
You haven't had your second cup of coffee yet.
I haven't had my first cup of coffee. I'm still on tea this morning. I was running late, so I didn't make a cup of coffee as I ran out the door.
If you know they're having yoga here, you could have just taken.
If I knew the
your
yoga
time. I should have told you, take your time.
Crazy.
Okay,
What else you got?
that's it. What do we got? And
Well,
Oh,
that's-
meeting schedule?
discuss meeting schedule. Okay.
That much.
Well, can we set meetings through the election, I suppose?
Can we do what?
We should set meetings through the election.
To the
or at least
election.
One
So
after.
Are you up? Who's up?
I'm a,
In the running?
I think he was right.
I don't know, do you want me to run?
Yes.
You gotta pull your papers. You gotta pull your papers?
January 6th, I think.
Okay.
All right, so my calendar,
I don't want to break anyone else in, you know. All right, so the calendar. let's see my
Besides, you gotta take over the fence thing next time, so you better run.
calendar.
When he comes
So-
back as chairman.
So after the first, the 8th would be the first Wednesday. because obviously-
Okay, so every 3 weeks?
Yeah,
Starting at the 8th, yeah.
so at least if we can get January agreed upon, I can show you guys. So
well, as of now, the 8th is fine.
3, so then 3 weeks is what, the 22nd?
8 and 22.
I think so, right? 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And
The
then-
8th is the first,
Yes.
so the 29th is the next one.
Is that what it is?
Oh, if we do the 8, yeah, 29 would be the next one. Of
Okay, sorry.
course, I don't know, that's a lunar new year. I might be busy that day.
You might be loony.
I'm a
Loony,
I'm a
say a loony.
I'm a lunatic, that's why.
We're gonna, more than likely, we're gonna meet probably more frequently because of abatements and things happening when the bills go out. So, but we should be able to get a couple months down.
Okay, so after that, the next one would be 19th of February.
19th.
March 12th. One, two. April 2nd.
Right after Fool's Day, huh?
Mm,
So what's the election? Probably gonna be the 5th?
I have no idea. Was that the Saturday when they do it?
April 23rd. So you want to go that far? Through the end of April and then let's see,
And we'll play it by ear after
we
that.
have to modify it.
Yeah, that's fine.
If some jerk that's elected wants to have a meeting every week.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. You don't have to make a motion on any of this, right? Do you have to?
No.
No,
So you went to 19th,
29,
March 12th.
12,
and
12th.
12th,
April 2nd, and April 23rd.
and 2, very good.
8/29/19, February 19th.
no, February 12th.
3.
No, March 12th.
Yeah,
No, January 29th.
yeah. And then
The next
February
3
19th.
weeks is February 19th.
Yep.
And then
Yeah,
3 more
Yeah,
weeks,
8/29.
March 12th.
March 12th, and then April 2nd and 23rd.
Yep, that's what I have down. This is, so Somerset,
Okay, wait a minute. Now that we table this, we got to go back and look at this now that we know our meeting dates. If we put this off until the
8th.
8th, is there a problem? They're going to send the bills out anyhow.
yeah, I don't think it's a problem. I mean, the bill's gonna go out.
Why don't you find out, why don't you find out if it's a problem? If it's not a problem, then we'll just sign them on the 8th. If it is a problem, then we'll just figure something out between.
Yeah, I don't
Is
think
is
so.
Paul in?
Yeah.
Can you give him a quick call and just say, you don't want to give him a quick call?
What am I gonna say to him? I'm working with him on the bill file, so. I can
Just
tell you.
say to him,
No,
No.
he's gonna, I can do that.
yeah, call him and say, it's kind of awkward for the Board of Assessors to vote on something where they don't have any information. Is there a problem if we delay acting on it until the 8th of January? If he says yes, then we got to do something. If he says, no, we're going to send the tax bills anyhow, then
Hello?
Hey, Paul, you are on speaker and you are at the Board of Assessors meetings.
Oh, excellent. What do I owe the prestigious honor?
So we're having a problem where your numbers haven't been reconciled with Stephanie's. And so we can't sign the warrants and commitments. And so it's going to be next year is our next meeting. Is this a problem?
Yes. So after speaking with Vadar, what they speculated might be the cause, because it's not my numbers and Stephanie's that aren't agreeing. It's the Vadar numbers for the total tax to be raised is not agreeing with the tax rate recap. And please, Stephanie, correct me if I make a if I
Yep.
misspeak, because I'm not an assessor. I'm not going to pretend I understand every ins and outs of that.
Yep.
But the total tax to be raised based on the values that are in Vadar, while the total value is correct, the tax amount is off to the tune of $9,200. And now, where that becomes what Vadar speculated is the issue, but I've done some research with Stephanie. I know she's done a lot of research as well, and we haven't been able to substantiate what the difference is. What Vadar speculated.
So Paul, I'm not concerned so much about the numbers. I'm concerned about the timing. So if you guys are going to figure this out at some point,
Sooner than later.
is it okay for us to just push these signing into January 8th, which is our next meeting?
That I would have to confer with Vadar about how that would impact my ability to issue the bills legally.
Yeah, the whole
For the
legal.
reason being that if I don't have the bills issued prior to January 1st, then they're not collectible until May, which would obviously become
double payment.
issue for the town.
That would be a big issue, yes.
Yes.
So we have to have these signed before the 31st is the bottom line.
The print, I can confer with Vadar and see what the practice is based on other towns where there have been issues. And I'll get some clarification on whether the Board of Assessors signs them in that case after the fact, or I would need to get some more information. What I was told by Vadar, our software provider, was that this does sometimes happen. They're frequently off by pennies to small dollars due to rounding errors. And I was told that there's one city in Massachusetts right now that is currently trying to reconcile a $100 million difference in their taxes. So what I was ultimately told by them was we'll have to make a call at a certain point whether we want to let $9,000 hold up the rest of the billing.
My answer to that would be no. Paul, this is,
Right,
it's Nancy.
exactly the kind of
Vadar,
reading.
Paul, Vadar is the billing company, right?
They're the software company.
All right.
So they're the ones who are responsible for generating the billing files.
Right,
and then
so-
to another printer, which is
Yeah, well,
Associates,
yeah.
who actually does the mailing.
My point is, all of the material and information was submitted to DOI and it's been approved, the recap sheet and everything else. They have got to come back to the number that has been approved by DOI, correct?
Yes, and
Now, the rest of this thing is paperwork and billing, and I understand it, and I'm not indicating I think it's insignificant. My main concern is that the Board of Assessors approves numbers in total that match the recap sheets for the district and the districts and the town, because they've been approved by DOI. And in the meantime, Vadar can figure out where the problem is. We need to make sure as a board, we give this town the authority to do it. The billing errors or whatever they want to call it, that's not our concern. And my feeling is, since DOI has approved our recap sheets and those of the district, those are the numbers that we are going to approve too. Billing doesn't affect the Board of Assessors per se.
Okay. I think the whole question is, do they have to sign it before the bills go out? Is that, or can they sign all the warning commitments for that billing after the bills go out?
Well, Mike, do we know what the commitments are?
No, we're still working on it. We don't have.
Because of
those-
$9,200.
Hmm.
All right,
We're trying.
I'm going to go back to what I said. You submitted recap sheets, the DOR approved all of them, then this board should vote to approve the commitments based on the approved
Approved.
DOR
That's
recap
Yeah.
sheets,
It should be, it
period.
should not let a billing error hold us
Yeah,
up.
No.
whatever
Right,
Vader
it's-
says doesn't matter. to
No,
us.
Correct.
so Paul, what I'm looking to make a motion to propose is that the Board of Assessors approve the commitments for the districts and the town and the CPA for real estate and personal property based on the recap sheets that have been approved by the Department of Revenue, period.
Yes, I would agree with
Does
that.
that work for you?
I want to say I believe so, but it would be tough for me to speak definitively. Would the board be amenable to taking a 5-minute recess and allowing me to reach out to the software company just to see if that's compliant based on their understanding of the best practices?
So we've got a
Sure, we-
few other items.
They're not the end all. That company's not the end all be all of what our town is billing.
Right.
They don't have a right to tell us that we can't sign them.
I will have the answer hopefully momentarily.
Okay, call me right back, Paul.
Will do, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay,
I
so,
would
No,
disagree
you're
with that whole.
absolutely
Turned into
right.
a bigger-
so these are still on the
Thing,
table.
what the
These are still
Yeah,
tabled
so,
right
but
now.
here's the thing, I would disagree with that completely. They're a software company. They have nothing to do with Department of Revenue. They have nothing to do with our recap sheets. We did it, they assigned it. This is just a glitch in their system.
Yeah.
So
So that's
the
why,
point
that's what I'm
is,
saying.
But we still have to tie those numbers back to our recap.
No, no,
And
wait
they're
a minute.
using
What
everything
Nancy's
that
saying-
I sent them though.
But what Nancy's saying is that your numbers are right.
Oh,
And
yeah, no
so
doubt.
you're
Yeah.
you're right.
He has to fix things on.
They have to, so that's up to the software company to fix it to
If
match
the-
what we have.
If the DOI had a problem with anything, we wouldn't even been having this
All right.
discussion.
Oh, yeah. I
As
totally-
far as I'm
like-
concerned,
As a matter of fact, didn't they nitpick something, didn't they? Or something?
There was lots of, there was a whole.
but the bottom line is, they approved
Right.
And all
everything.
matches us.
And I'm like.
Just
I-
because there's a
like,
system
I
glitch, Right, just because there's a
This-
system glitch.
this is
doesn't
a
mean
billing
that holds
thing.
I
us
feel like
up.
it's us. I think it's something on.
And-
Okay, let's
let's move-
have a motion to
These,
table.
no, they're still on the table. I didn't make the motion because when I made the motion, you said you weren't happy with the wording,
No, I said
so.
motion to table item number, whatever. That you're right, we tabled them.
We
Yeah,
tabled them.
so we gotta go
So let's
to,
move on to.
we were gonna do
back to
N,
Somerset.
but we're not
Right, we
doing it.
did, we discussed our meetings.
We
That's,
already.
we did end.
And then we just have.
Pilot, so Town of Somerset fiscal year pilot bill.
To sign
What,
it.
what is this?
This is a bill that we send Somerset, is it the water department for land they own in Dayton.
What pilot
Yes,
bill?
that's,
It's just, it's something, and then it's something they always.
watershed down there?
No, it's not my question.
A pilot
What
means
is
there's
a
some sort of.
pilot? It's a tax thing.
Well, that's how it's been.
No, my
Worded.
question is, have you ever seen this thing?
I've never seen this.
The documentation for this thing?
No, we just always, this
What is
is
it?
just something.
I don't ever remember approving this.
I don't ever remember seeing that.
I don't remember.
All right, so
Ay, ay, ay.
I'm going to move to
Collective
table.
amnesia.
I'm gonna move to table this till the next meeting. And I want some kind of backup to tell us what this is. A pilot agreement is a tax agreement, and I want to know what it says and who approved it. I'm not objecting to paying taxes to somebody that we owe, but
This is them paying us. This is us asking Somerset
Yes,
to
yes, but
pay.
what Nancy's
Even
saying
so,
is that there needs to be an
Okay.
agreement, and
There it is.
Let's keep
we don't know what that is.
going along, okay.
With
Table,
the watershed that they own down there on,
it's different property that they own.
okay.
So I would suggest that we
Find out what the
motion
agreement is.
to postpone that to our next meeting.
I move to table it.
8/25.
Move-
I move to table item 50.
But we can move to postpone, which means it'll be on the next meeting. Not-
Unless it has to.
Oh, okay,
unless that
so
has to be
change
signed
the
by year-end.
motion then to, I'll make a motion to defer agenda item 50 to the next meeting.
January.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? No, it's it is a discussion item. No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. By the way, what work are they doing down there? on-
The other thing too is this the format for a pilot agreement billing? Don't they get a regular tax bill?
No,
They
Why?
must have some sort of
I don't know.
special.
This is how it's
Okay,
been for 20 years, so I.
now Paul, the tax collector, bills for pilot agreements that we have in
Yeah,
place.
that's going to Paul, right? So it's Paul, us telling Paul
To send them a
to
bill.
send him a bill.
Okay, and I understand this is probably land on Brook Street, and they've got several parcels, they got a big
Yeah,
chunk.
right.
But
They probably get some sort of special rate.
my concern is the word pilot.
Yeah, pilot means there's an ongoing agreement.
Yeah, so, I mean, if it was just a plain old send them a tax bill, a pilot agreement means there's something in writing that we assess them based on what?
Yeah.
It should increase every year. It's real estate, but
That's from,
Oh, is this
Or-
a Christmas card?
something.
it's your bonus.
Okay.
As long as you didn't say you've been served.
I already did this.
What is it?
Campaign finance report. I already gave it to him like 2 weeks ago. All
You
right,
have to do it just if
no
you're running.
public input? And this
Yes,
is
sir.
correspondence?
I got public. input.
Oh, okay, Mr. Public, go ahead.
So this is not the correct venue, but it's the correct set of people. I don't see us having a Board of Fence viewers meeting anytime soon. But I wanted to say and publicly state that I was wrong in, what's the gentleman's name?
Christopher Pereira.
Christopher Pereira made the comment of the, that he had put the pole several inches off the property line, and I very strongly denied that. And I was wrong. It was several, or is several inches off the property line, so I wanted to publicly apologize for that.
Nice.
I second that apology.
So my question is, is his fence
His fence is on his property.
2 feet, 2 inches onto his property away from their mutual boundary?
Correct.
Yes.
And everyone's happy?
I think everyone's happy, yes.
Okay.
Or, I don't know if happy is the right word.
Yeah,
Satisfied
yeah.
maybe is the.
Not going to keep fighting over it.
But the point was.
They
is that-
declared a truce.
Well, he had said he moved it over.
I-
I didn't remember it having been moved over. It looked like it was right on for me, but
So I had driven
I kind
by,
of deferred it to you because you said you were going to drive down there.
I drove by and looked at it and was like, oh, man, it really is clearly a couple inches off.
Yeah, okay. So he was.
So, yeah, I actually did try to stop by his house and he wasn't home.
Okay.
So make an apology in person. I also, I haven't been remiss because I haven't had time to do it, but I did ask Stephanie for our forms that we use to apply for exemptions because of the committee I'm on with Paul, the Elderly
Yep.
and Disabled Commission, trying to create a streamlined process that we only do the work once, or one set of people does, instead of multiple people overlapping. And so she did send me the forms and I just haven't had time to go over them, but I will be coming to us, this board, with like a standard form that we would put on the front of the state form.
Okay.
So this is I'll call it the tax gift account that people contribute to?
Yes.
Okay.
And we've actually, since we've been meeting, we've actually gotten more people to, we've gotten exposure to it and we've gotten more donations.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
that's good.
That's really good. Nice job.
But we're still talking small money.
Yeah,
We're gonna
so-
be like, $100 or $200 per
Okay.
person or something like that.
Yeah,
Can I,
because one of my questions was going to be, at what dollar amount would they get whacked with a 1099? Because it would be considered like income, that's small amount, that's piddling. But just something to think about. I don't think we'll ever have big, I don't know.
I don't think gifts,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's like over $10,000 or something like that, isn't it?
No, that's individuals. All I'm saying is,
you mean the receiver of the money
yes.
may get a 1099?
May have
for
a
income?
the amount, I guess the question is, will the amount of money ever be large enough to create a tax liability, meaning they would have to report it?
Is it a charitable organization?
Doesn't matter if,
Call an accountant.
Mm.
That's.
For
All
example-
my years of
Interesting
experience,
question, But I would say
all
that,
my years of experience in any sort of financing was when I didn't know the answer, we're talking about numbers and 1099, it's like, ask your CPA.
yeah, this won't, I don't think the amount of money would ever hit that. All I'm saying is, I think about this because people who receive, I'll just say, assistance, exemptions or assistance for whatever reason. There's a lot of paperwork that has to be filled out. I used to have to do it for my mother. And the other, so that's the town, but you have to provide a lot of information. And when they look at things, they look at income, and obviously, she never hit that kind of amount, but
Paul's coming in.
my only thought was just something to think about down the road. I can remember, I can send an email
Hello.
to Peter.
You know,
So what'd you
Peter
find
Roach.
out?
am I back on speaker?
Yes.
So I was told by Vadar that to approve it so we have some homework ahead of us. So it cannot be approved based on the DOR figures if they don't match. So the assessing LA4 and the Vadar LA4 need to match. I was told that for a levy of our size, the average acceptable rounding error is only a couple of dollars. So I was told that $9,200 is, in their opinion, a very significant number. And what we were instructed to do was for assessing to take a copy of the LA4 from Vadar and the LA4 from the assessing system to look at the residential, commercial, and industrial. Don't just look at the totals, but to look at the residential total, the commercial total, and the industrial total, and see where they don't match. And then assigned and filed a commercial. What they're speculating is that there's a mixed use property that has its ratios flip-flopped. For example, if.
So, okay,
it's
but
supposed to be
Paul, I don't want to get into the weeds on that. I just want to know what we need to do as a board. And you're saying that,
Because we've only got 10 days.
right,
We've got 10 days to sign this, Paul.
Right.
So if it doesn't get figured out before then, we can't collect taxes till May on these people.
Yeah, it's gonna get figured out before that. We're gonna,
But now we have to rush them. What if we're not available to come back in and have another meeting to vote on it and sign on it? What do we do now?
Hey, Paul, how about if we vote to we vote the various commitments, real estate for districts and personal property, all that good stuff. Based on,
Who's on the money?
yeah, personal property's fine.
oh, all right, so that's two motions. All right, so we're talking real estate. Okay, so we'll do two motions. Personal property will be separate. All right, so how about if we vote to commit the sign the warrant commitment for FY 25 for real estate taxes for the town, the various districts and the CPA based on the VEDA total.
That would be incorrect too.
Because if in fact they find out they're under by 9,200, they're going to have to make adjustments.
What they speculated, and I don't, you know, as Bill said, not to get in the weeds, but what they speculated was that the LA4 from the assessing system and the LA4 from VEDA are not matching. And so what they advised would be for Stephanie to go back to the data bridge and look at both LA4s and compare them to see, because what they believe is that it's likely that one of those categories is off. So there's something that's not matching somewhere. So even though our total assessed values are correct, our total exact values match to the penny, there's a discrepancy somewhere between the residential, commercial, and industrial. And so we would need to figure out where that is in order to identify which account it's on.
Mm-hmm.
How long has this problem been around? When was it detected?
We had our first scheduled appointment to do the billing on Thursday, the 12th.
all right, so I'd like to, keep this narrowed down to what do we need to do? Are we required to hold off signing this until you've got this straightened out? I don't see the reason why. So let me explain my thinking, Paul, is that the numbers that we've done in the assessor's office, we have assessed that amount. We've sent that amount to the state, they've approved it, and now we're sending it to you to bill it. I don't think that any issues with the billing system are going to change the numbers that we're going to tell you to bill.
No, they are, because there's something is off in that file. So the assessing file, so somewhere between what was sent to VEDAR during the data bridge and then what went to DOR, something is different. So there was some change. I don't know, the data corruption or a user change. I couldn't tell you.
All right, so if we go with that, then can we just, I'm looking at my calendar, can we just schedule a meeting for the 30th with that? To just sign these?
30th, the bill printer won't be able to get the print. They need a couple of business days lead time.
You're killing me, Paul.
But Paul,
So Paul, now we
the
can't even
bill
meet.
is, everyone's being held up because of this, and it's, my question is, when would you like us to meet to accommodate everybody? And how do we know when we set the date for the special meeting, you're gonna have the answers to all these questions?
Me and him have to work on it together. That's,
Just to be clear, it's not really my answer. This would involve Stephanie looking at the
Okay.
LA4.
Give me a date. What's the deadline?
I mean, if we could get it done today, that would be wonderful. I mean, as soon as we get those numbers to tie,
You need 3 days to call.
Done.
You need 3 days to call us back in though,
So the earliest, I would say the earliest we could do would be Monday, the 23rd.
because you got to post it again. Right? So you,
unless you trickle in on your own.
That's,
don't-
no, there's no vote.
no,
We have to vote on
we
it.
have to vote on it.
We're not gonna, I won't sign anything, not the total commitment.
No, because we have to vote.
No.
Yeah, so
This
we
is-
still need 3
this
days. So
isn't-
now we got to back
this
in
isn't
3 days for the
Italy.
notice. And then the amount of time you need, Paul, to get it to the printer. So we got like no
So
time.
if we set in
So if we do Monday,
Monday, the 23rd,
it's fine with me.
so I hereby give Stephanie and Paul, you
What
have,
time would you be doing your meetings? I'm actually off on Monday, but I'll come in obviously, because we have to get this done.
no, you got between now and Monday to get it fixed. You
And then
don't,
they're just gonna sign.
we're just gonna sign it. You don't need to come.
Okay, all right.
But my task or my, what's the word?
It's today and tomorrow. You
I
gotta fix it.
task you
It's
to
Wednesday,
with
Thursday.
coming up with an answer by the end of the week, by the end of your,
Well, so just to be clear, so I spoke with Vader. I will have no role in determining where this difference is. This is an
only-
assessing issue. This is not, something changed from the LA4 that went to Vadar and the LA4 from the assessing system and the LA4 that went to
Okay.
DOR.
Yeah, me and him just have to
Something was
talk to the,
changed in
the
that
guys
file
being
that
involved
didn't have
with
anything
this.
to do with me.
Okay,
there's
so
nothing
you
that
dealing with
I can
Vadar?
change, is I can
Yeah, I've been
follow the
dealing with them.
file that's created by
I had my
assessing and
part done
uploaded through the data bridge.
10 days ago.
That's my only role in this, so this is an entirely assessing related issue.
okay, okay.
So if we're voted on it by Monday, you have enough time to get it built and printed and everything else.
Yeah, you had said that the 30th was too late. Is the 23rd okay?
That should be completely fine, yeah, that should be completely fine. I will check with our printer to see when their drop dead date is.
Okay,
And I'm just gonna look back too at previous years. I'm just checking my sent folder right now to see just if I can get an idea of when this was sent to them in previous years. So it was sent, so we might have some time. So it looks like they received it the 20 this is the 21st. Yeah, I did them the 21st last year. See if I can find 2022 real quick.
yeah, okay. That's fine, Paul. So we're gonna, I mean, it's the earliest we can set an appointment, meeting.
Right, because she's got to repost it.
So she got to be posted tomorrow. All right, thank you.
I know, and I'm sorry to be, less than totally helpful in this, but unfortunately, this issue is based on the file that was sent by assessing through the data bridge.
I understand. Thank you, Paul. We're gonna just schedule the meeting for the 23rd and Stephanie
9:30?
should. Sure. If, assuming the room's available.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Paul.
Understood, thank you. All right,
Have a good day.
best of luck. You too.
Bye-bye. Anyway.
So then I take
That's the
this.
best solution.
Personal property, so it was right on. So we can vote on
So
personal
I
property
probably
now.
could have brought that.
You got
Done.
just those two, right? So you got the commercial and residential. There's something off in one of those two buckets, right? You got three buckets. You got residential, commercial.
So they're saying
Industrial.
that something, it
Yes.
must be, because they can't say it's something screwed up between commercial and industrial, because that's the same exact value, tax rate. So it has to be something residential to the commercial part. They're saying that something must be flipped. I've double checked all my things, so I have to go in and see maybe, I just reran the file again and my mixed use match, so I just,
So, no, I'm trying to understand it a little. So if he's talking
Doesn't
about the
make
different
sense.
buckets, right? He's saying that the residential matches. So that is.
No,
fine.
that's not what she's saying.
Personal, I'm sorry, personal.
Personal, that's
Yeah,
not, yeah,
that's
we're
all.
done.
Personal
with
is
that.
fine, so we can sign that. It's the residential, commercial, industrial, that one of those three buckets is off.
No, commercial, industrial are the same thing.
Commercial, industrial, the same, so it's just two.
so it is the personal property is good.
Yeah.
It's the real estate.
It's the real estate part, okay. So
So you sent this into them when?
I did my file like
The first time?
a week or 10
All
days
right, so
ago.
when did they notify you there's a problem?
There was no problem on my side. I was good. Then Paul does his part. And I don't think he actually puts numbers in.
So when did Beta get into this and say, hey, there's a problem? And when were we
Paul did
notified?
his portion.
but if your numbers matched, his numbers don't match, he's got to have some part
He
of
didn't
it.
put anything in.
What does he do then?
He has to set parameters with dates and crap like that.
Okay, so he doesn't do numbers.
But the
I don't
data, it
think
should,
so.
that should.
But I was with him the whole
It should
time,
have been your data,
right?
just,
But their report is 326 pages long and it's in a PDF. It's not in an Excel or anything for me to compare what I sent to see if there was like one account that wasn't accounted for. But the numbers are all right.
At the bottom lines are all
The
right.
numbers from each category is 2,501 single-family homes. That's what they have, that's the amount, and that matches. So like all my numbers are good. Except for, and even here, the total from the commercial, the industrial, and the residential, this total amount matches. So when you take that amount and you multiply it by the rates in this column,
Yeah,
it's off 9,200. But their sheet doesn't show me what it was for residential, that times the rate.
so how are you gonna compare?
They have to figure out how to run another report that's gonna benefit my work, what I need to do. Because I don't know.
Can you, are you?
Yeah, I'm on the phone all the time, like, get speed dial.
Yeah, so I would say that,
I should just do the data bridge myself. No, I think.
Yeah.
All comes down to me doing it. All I have to do is put in dates. I might as well do it.
okay, so let's not
Yeah.
take you up. You got a bunch of work.
Yeah, I have a meeting
Yeah.
that's happening now, which I don't care.
That the
Can we
department
talk
head?
about
Mondays.
minutes here?
Yeah, 2 sets of minutes. I had something else I want to go over with you guys, but I just,
Oh,
no, I just.
all
okay,
right,
so
well, public input then. What do you want to go over?
So,
unanticipated.
yeah, so,
Let's do the minutes, all right?
All right,
The
that's
minutes.
For a minute, yeah.
I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the minutes of September 18th and October 9th as submitted.
I second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
okay, so you have to sign those. So, back in the day, we used to have this CSC, it was like a consortium thing that would, it was like the state thing. So when the state left, I guess we had money in this account with the state, not with us. Okay, this explains right
I'm
here.
thinking PC. I'm like, okay.
So this company, Adair, they are, I guess they do kind of like near map, you know, does the, and the listing, they go around and they measure and list and everything, properties. So they're willing to, because we're part of going to Tyler, there's money in a budget where any town within going to Tyler, that's our system that we use for our real estate, can get like 10 free measure and list and photos and things. So it's kind of like a sales pitch with them doing something for free. So I'm thinking, what the hell? Right? Somerset actually uses this company. So this is one of the guys that's with Tyler sent an email. And I kind of just disregarded it, but he's called me a few times now. So he's trying to get a list of who would be interested. And on the back, it tells you like what it's involved with.
So, I don't know, this is such typical government ease here.
Mhm.
So the proposal is basically giving Sedair, is that the right way to
Yeah, I
say it?
think so.
Is giving Sedair, give any towns a free sample
Mhm.
of their data collection process for which Sedair would be compensated.
So much for free.
That's not free.
Right, well, it's not coming out of our funds, it's coming out of that.
Oxymoron.
Anyway, so basically, somebody in the state is friends with somebody at Tyler Software and they're giving them the money.
You didn't
Um,
sign this one.
This unique opportunity.
Was there a sticky there?
Won't
go.
slap your hands.
There you
Hey,
go.
I hate to
So what are
be,
you telling me about, what are you telling us about this? Just,
I can say, sure, I'll let them do the 10.
is it helpful to you?
I mean, they would go out and measure everything and, I mean,
how much money are we talking about?
nothing.
No, if.
No.
Money's account, there's money in an account that
how much money's in the account that if we didn't tell them no, it goes into the general fund? This town is.
No, it's not our money.
It's
They're not
not
gonna give it
somebody
to
else's money.
It's money someplace.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that what happened was somebody is friends with somebody, and they made the deal, gave the money and said, oh, now all the towns get free samples.
So if I don't, so if Dayton doesn't do it,
The money just.
then
So wait a
the
minute.
money, they
Wait a
might get 15 properties.
Wait a minute.
people.
Additionally, any returned funds
Go to a general fund.
go into the general fund rather than being used for the benefit of the assessor's office. This town is desperate. Money
but-
going
but-
into the
But
general
you
fund.
missed the sentence before that, the ridiculous statement of trying to return these funds.
The
to
Gordian
individual
knot?
towns would be a Gordian knot.
Is that like a hangman's noose?
I don't know, if it's only a few $100s, it's probably not worth the trouble to fight it. So,
I mean, I could care less, really.
My personal feeling is tell them no. And if there is any money earmarked anywhere out there that would have been somehow connected to the town of Dayton, write a check to the town of Dayton, send it to your attention, and we will put it in the general fund. This is,
Yeah. that's-
somebody found out there's money out there and they're gonna give us a free sample and then they're gonna be compensated. That's an oxymoron. They must think we're morons. I don't know.
give it a whirl, see how that
I'm all
goes.
set.
Get in touch with them and tell them that. And then at the next meeting, you can say, hey, I got in touch with them. How much, because how much money is it? All right, so tell them, we need to know how much money it
I'm
is.
too busy to be.
Yeah, you should go figure out.
Give
our
it to
discrepancy now.
one of the women in the office that's not doing. Let me just put it. That's not
So-
working with you on this other problem.
So you all might want to reconsider me with this chairman role because I completely forgot to say this is a public meeting being video and audio recorded. for
I
thought you said
I
it.
did not.
All right, are we good? We,
You know what? If
I will
you give me,
entertain a motion to.
no, wait a minute. If you give me the information on how to,
Reach those people.
good old Chip,
Chip is he's like a part
It's one
of
of them,
Tyler.
right?
They
And
call.
so
I can
that
send you an
781
email.
number is the
I'll-
Massachusetts
I'll
area
send
code.
you the email. if you
Okay,
want it.
I volunteer to get in touch with Chip and report back at the next meeting what this is about, what kind of money we're talking about, and then we can make a decision on
If we're
saying,
taking-
we want our free sample, or send the money, just send the money, whatever.
I move that we send our pit bull after that.
I second the pit bull.
The collector.
All right, let's go. Steph's got a lot of work to
The
do.
collector.
Okay, can we have a motion to adjourn now?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good day, everybody.